Today we celebrate the feast of the presentation of the Lord in Luke's Gospel. The theme of our homily is presentation as consecration, revelation, and blessing. Luke chapter 2, verse 23 to 40. Dear sisters and brothers, the feast of the presentation of the Lord celebrates his consecration, revelation, and blessing. What does it mean in these three dimensions? And what are the obstacles to God's revelation? And finally, how should we live out our consecration today? The first point, presentation of Jesus as consecration, revelation, and blessing. The child Jesus was brought by his parents to the temple in Jerusalem, according to the Jewish tradition. This passage, the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 2 and 12. In fact, in the book of Exodus, the first Jewish male should be consecrated to the Lord as a remembrance of the Pascha, the Exodus, going out of the slavery of Egypt. In fact, the Egyptians' firstborn will be all slain, except the firstborn of the Jews, who will be presented by the lamb, the Pascha lamb. And from that time on, every first male Jew should be presented to the Lord. This means he should be put aside and consecrated, dedicated to the Lord. And therefore, the presentation to the Lord is not only a consecration, but it's also a sacrifice. It is in a certain way the firstborn of the Jews has to be also sacrificed. But since God saved him, the Jewish people celebrate this action of the Lord. And the celebration is also an expression of love. Especially in the case of Jesus, it means that God should receive the first place in our heart, and that's why the firstborn male should be given to God. And actually, this gift to God is nothing but the return of the grace of God to him. It has been revealed to the Simeon that this son should reveal the Messiah, the Spirit of the Lord, and he will not die before he has seen the Messiah. Therefore, Simeon was happy to see the fulfillment of his wishes and his mission on earth. But at the same time, he prophesies something terrible about this child, that he will be a sign of contradiction. At the same time, he will reveal the rise of many in Israel, and at the same time, the falling of some people, especially the powerful ones in Israel. The second point is the obstacles to the Lord's presentation and revelation. There are many obstacles. The first of all is our will to live. We want to live by every means, unlike Simeon, who was available and ready to die since he has seen the Messiah. The second obstacle is the darkness, our darkness, opposed to the enlightenment that this child should bring to Israel and to the nation, because he should be the light of the Gentiles. Luke chapter 2, verse 32. The obstacle of the heart of stone. Unlike the Virgin Mary, most of us, we build a heart of stone in order to prevent that the sword will pierce our soul. Luke chapter 2, verse 35. Third and last point, like the parents of Jesus, let us give back to God everything we have. Our wealth, our children, our intelligence, our memory, and will. For everything is grace, a free grace we receive from Him. Secondly, let us cultivate love and not hatred or negative thinking. Take care of love by watering it, by cherishing it. We have to promote a culture of love in our house, in our workplace, in our city, in our nations, and recognize the rays of love in our daily life and give thanks for love. The application of all these for us is that if only every African Christian were really dedicated to the Lord and consecrated to the Lord and give his whole life to the Lord, the continent would have changed. If every African Christian were ready to offer the best of his life or her life to God as a sacrifice, many of the sufferings of Africa would be lightened. Let us pray. Take my heart, I offer you all my life, my God. Take my hand, I want to live in peace with you. Bless the Lord, my soul, for everything come from you, and everything should be returned to you in adoration and thanksgiving. Amen.